do what we do.
Yeah, we do what we do. Hold on. Let me get into the thing. How do I do this? Do I take a cough? Do I cough beforehand? All right, okay, I'll
Do you
cough.
think?
Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of NESportscast right here, wherever you're listening to your podcast. And joined as always by Ricky Ricardo. Ricky, what's good, bro? How you doing?
All good, bro. All good. Finally got myself a driver's seat, haven't I? So yeah, all good.
And any opportunity to bring that up because
Anything,
it's
just
exciting. It's
absolutely
exciting.
just trash. What's his name? I forget his name now.
I don't even want
Throw
to say
some
his name
shade.
because
Exactly. He's not there anymore, so who cares?
exactly his name does not belong on this podcast anymore. But scratch all that. We'll get to that, I'm sure, at some point. How are you doing? How's things with you?
I'm
What you
good,
been
bro.
up
I'm
to?
really good. Yeah, no, Sam, I've been good. Work, usual stuff. The same routine that we all tend to go through. The 9 to 5s that we have while we 9 to 5 to support the dream.
Yeah, Satan's routine. That's what I like to
Love that
refer to.
Satan's routine.
Love it,
Yes,
love it. That's
absolutely. No, I've been good. How about you? You've been well?
yeah, been well, man. Just again, same Satan's routine, that type of stuff. It's gonna catch on. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna
Honestly,
catch on.
bro. Satan's routine.
But
And if it doesn't,
it's
something wrong with it.
something wrong with people out there, and you need to get in contact with us to tell you what's wrong with you. But look, Rick,
Oh, is that
obviously
the
we're
kind
doing
of podcast we're running, by the way? Yeah.
that's the type of
Little
stuff we're
therapy
doing.
podcast.
Yeah.
Ring
That's
in
what
and
we're
find
doing.
out.
Yeah. We can't even, we don't even have control of our own selves, but we're trying to tell people
To help
how to
others.
live. Yeah. Can't do it. I quit already. But look, it's obviously, as we know, as everyone knows, that it is quiet on the footballing front. Not really much is going on. Some transfer rumors, some
Nada.
Saudi Arabia type of rumors, but
Has that not
nothing.
died down yet? Still happening. Yeah, they're buying everyone.
Well, apparently they're after Thomas Partey now, so
I thought they were after party a while ago. They
yeah,
said that they were gonna. I think there was a 40 million or something on the table, and then I thought, oh, here we go. They'll probably get him as well. But
they're
I
getting
saw a
close.
funny meme today though regarding Gerrard trying to buy all the deadwood at Liverpool. And again, I use the term deadwood because he was in the meme, so that
Yeah,
Jurgen
no,
Klopp has got
I
enough
got you. I get
finances
you.
for
I get you.
to kind of build a squad for next season and be challenging again. So he has strategies from Gerrard.
Strategies, taking all the deadwood. I love it. He's taking the burden. He's like, do you know what, Klopp? Bring them all to me. I'll keep
Yeah,
them
who do you
quiet,
want?
and
I'll
then
buy him
you
for
can,
him.
and then you can have the great young players. Apparently, supposedly, But we discussed on the last pod when it comes to Liverpool, they've been relatively quiet. Obviously, they got McAllister out the way real quick. Then Szoboszlai came, but there hasn't really been much more to sort of to as a Liverpool fan. I wouldn't feel
I'd be
most
worried,
confident.
bro.
I wouldn't feel confident. Let's just go with not as confident, okay? Because
Okay, let's
definitely
not
there's
go
going to be some
straight to
worry.
DEFCON 5.
There's going to be some definite warriors, that 100%. And we've got obviously we've got people in our chat group that are borderline warriors. Not warriors, sorry, warriors. Let's just get that right. Let's get that right.
Warriors.
Yeah. They weren't part of that movie, all right. Tom Hardy, they weren't.
We
But
went there, though.
so as just two midfielders in a way to replace two other midfielders. Henderson's gone, Fabinho's not showing up, so that's another one. That's another midfielder going. It's not really.
There's
It's
no
not really a
depth, is there?
position. Yeah, there's no depth to the squad. There's the attacking threats that they used to once have or thrive on are getting old in Salah. Even if Mane was still there, it's still not enough firepower for me for that team to be challenging. Considering Liverpool, they played a high pressing game, and unfortunately, they don't have
I
those
agree.
players anymore.
They don't have those players. No, I agree with you 100%. It is a less confident time. Well, I'll go with that as well.
Yeah.
But all they've signed is two. I don't know who else they've signed. Maybe they're doing their business under the radar. They're keeping it down on the DL before it kind of like come out and all of a sudden be like, oh, they signed so and so and so and so, whoever else they signed. But I felt like this with Liverpool. Once they made the 150 million and they spent it, it looked like for all Liverpool fans, the 150 from Coutinho's sale, and then they bought a couple of players. And you're like, oh, here we go, Liverpool are going to spend big. But then since then, they haven't really spent huge amounts in comparison to what the Chelsea's, Arsenal, Cities, Man United, or Arsenal recently, because even Arsenal didn't
Recently,
spend.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
but
Recently, yeah.
it is look what Arsenal had to do. They came so close to winning the league, and they were like, actually, do you know what? We need to spend big to get the decent players in.
Yeah,
And Declan Rice,
supposedly
105.
in theory though, Rick, that's I'm an Arsenal fan, and I get asked the
It's
question,
realistic, bro.
from other fans, like, are you happy with this? And it's like, well, look, I'm happy that we signed Rice, but I'm not happy at the price tag that he came with.
But
Because
that's yeah.
again,
We
it's
spoke about
all in
this. Haven't we?
theory.
We've talked about the inflation, and obviously
Of
he's a
course,
proven Premier League player who's
totally understand.
on the stats. That's who you want in. You don't want to bring in an Enzo Fernandez, and all of a sudden you're like, okay, he needs to get time to get used to the league. Listen, Declan Rice will need time to get used to the formation, to
Yeah,
get used to the
to the
tactics.
tactics, absolutely,
But in
absolutely,
terms
I
of
agree.
getting used to the league and the intensity and the speed of the league, he's
He's
there
straight
already
there.
because he's
Yeah,
got
he's
Premier League experience for the last 3-4 years.
I said to you, if he doesn't slot in straight away, then for me it's a failure because there's no
Well,
reason for him not
I
to slot
think
in
I think
straight
you
away.
need to give him till September to kind of slot in to see what Arteta's
That's
trying to
pretty
push
much
through.
straight
But yeah,
away.
yeah.
That's pretty much straight away.
Sorry, I interpreted straight away as in like
In the
first game. If
context,
he's not producing a 10 out of 10, then he's out. And I was like, bro,
if he's
you
not
are
getting
you
me
need
3 goals and 3 assists
to
in that
stop.
game, he will assist his own damn
Yeah,
self just to get those goals. I don't care what happens. He'll get
and
both
apparently
assists and
that's
goals.
the 3 goals and 3 assists each game. I think those were the rumored targets that he had to hit for West Ham to get the extra five
Nah,
million.
come on, no, come on. That was part of the contract with the Queen coming back to life and stuff.
The Queen being
That's,
resurrected. Now,
with the
joking aside, though, but listen, you had to spend big. How you got who you bought is Premier League experience in Havertz and Declan Rice. So, like, I know you said in theory, but the probability of it working is higher than the
yeah, it
probability
is.
of bringing somebody from, like I say, the Portuguese league, like we did with Enzo, Mudryk, all the way from Ukraine, young player. Okay, he's quick, but that's about it at the minute. We've not seen anything else. Okay,
Nothing.
so let's say we need time to get used to the league. Now let's give him until Christmas this year, new man, and whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
stability and
New
stuff.
manager, see what happens.
Same
Yeah,
with Man United, wanted to go for Mason Mount again, young player, Premier League experience,
proven. Yeah,
fits into that role that it goes into. So I don't know, bro. It's good business for Arsenal. For in terms of Liverpool, still. I can't see them doing anything next year. I'll be honest with you. Like I know they're going to have all the players back from injury. Diaz was
I
really
know.
good for them. Salah's going to be good, but yeah, no, I think they will struggle to make top four again next year. And the
I
reason
could
I
see
say
that.
that is
Yeah,
a couple of injuries, then they're going to really struggle
yeah. They're going to
unless
be
they
back to
start
square
bringing
one. Yeah.
players in. Because Jurgen Klopp does not play defensive football; he plays high intensity football, and there's a lot of games to be played between now and obviously now and Christmas. Sorry, from between August and Christmas when the next window opens up. So it's a tricky time for Liverpool. Tricky time. I
It
think
is.
in 24 we've got the African Cup of Nations as well, haven't we? So
Well, there you go. I mean, Salah's definitely going to be part of that.
Salah will be
At
part of that.
least for
Yeah. So
that one, one last time sort of thing. But you're right. It'll be interesting to see how Liverpool fare because if that's all they're going into the new season with, just the 2 signings, they may be great players, maybe, but it's not enough. 2 players aren't going to make a difference in a squad
no.
that's sort of in a depleted squad. Especially when you're talking about the initial starters that they've had for the past 4 years.
Yeah.
They've got
Yeah.
none of them left now, apart from
Uh,
Salah.
I
Really,
think they're going to put
realistically.
a lot of pressure on Elliot and the other boy, who was the young lad who played in midfield last couple of games of the season. I forgot his name. Oh,
I know exactly which one you mean as
do you
well.
know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
know
Like the
exactly which. Yeah,
I forgot his name as well. Anyway, listeners, get in touch, hit it on Twitter, and
yeah.
be like,
So we get
"How
some
could you
Liverpool
not
fans going.
remember?"
Yeah,
But yeah, I think they'll rely on them too for midfield. Attacking option wise, they're hoping, and Gakpo will pick up where he left off, especially against that Man United game where he scored.
yeah.
Nunes needs to start hitting. I'm seeing too many memes for Nunes when they go and play away to Luton. Neighbours get panicking because their window's been smashed in again for the third time.
The best. I tell you what. The
I've,
best meme I seen for Luton, by the way, was about the VAR, where the game will stop. Obviously, they'll have no VAR there. The ref will go to someone's house, watch the replay on Sky Sports, and then run
Sky
back
Sports
downstairs.
rewind.
Run back downstairs and
Oh,
then
that's
give it. Yeah,
quality.
that's the best one I've seen so far. But no,
That was
you're
brilliant.
absolutely right. With Nunes, I feel like he was never going to match up to Haaland anyway. There was a
Never,
whole thing at the
never.
beginning. He was never going to match up to him. Now is the time. You've had a year, mate. If I was a
Yeah,
Liverpool
yeah,
fan,
no,
it's like,
that's it.
look, you've had a year. You can't go
But
from being compared to Haaland to like producing nothing in 2 seasons. So
well, from
yeah,
being compared to Haaland to going being compared to Morata at Chelsea or like
yeah, that's
Falcao at Chelsea. Do you know
yeah,
what I mean? Those the cursed number 9 shirts. He's got the number
exactly.
9 now, so and obviously some Liverpool greats have worn the number 9 jersey.
Let's
So
see. Let's see what he brings to the
it's gonna
table.
be interesting to see what he brings to the table. But I think even with him, it wasn't about like settling in. He's felt like as if he can't hit the target. Like surely he should be able to hit the target, but he
As
just
as a
it's
player
errors.
who has lived, his footballing career doing exactly that, yeah, you should be able to hit the target. So yeah,
You're a striker. Like the target is the minimum requirement is when you shoot is to be able to at least get it on target. Whether it's down the center, but at least you're like, okay, it's a hit the
it's on
shot on
target. Yeah,
target.
it's on target. Yeah,
My
absolutely.
guy's been kicking it, going for corners, not corners, throw-ins here, there. Oh, insane. Yeah, I don't know, but listen, for me,
I hope
long may it continue.
yeah, I was gonna say I hope he flops. So I don't really
Yeah,
care about
long may it
Nunes. I
continue.
made my mind up about Nunes beginning
Now,
of last season. So yeah, it hasn't really changed since then. Like not even a little bit. Obviously, I talk shit about him, then he scores, and then
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
talk shit about him, he
quality.
doesn't score. So we've got a nice little relationship going on with Nunes, but mostly, yeah, I hope he flops.
No, good
Um,
man. I wanted to go very quickly, bro. Touch on and get your opinion. You probably don't care, but and you're probably a laughing matter for you. But this whole Lukaku saga, I just read somewhere that he was negotiating with Juve
uh-huh, hmm.
while Inter were preparing for the Champions League final.
Oh, I didn't know that it was that far back. I thought it was only recent that it was doing with you, but
No,
wow.
so apparently, like again, rumors, allegations. You read something. We know fake news spreads faster
Well, sorry,
than
can I just
facts and
interrupt
so
real
on. But
quick, right?
still, there's no smoke without fire.
You say fake news, but this is Italian football we're talking about, okay? It like if it seems like fake news, it's usually real especially with Juventus,
Especially with
being
Juve.
involved.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's I don't think it's that far fetched. Like
Well,
if there's
they've
some
been
dodgy
trying
stuff.
to. Obviously, you can see why they're trying to tap him up, and maybe tap him up is not the right word, but trying to negotiate because he led Inter to the title when he was there. He was playing really good football for Inter. That's what merited, or they thought, the 100 million for Chelsea. But we got finesse. Let's move past
Yeah,
that. But
yeah,
now,
yeah.
again, as a player, refusing to go to Saudi, although there's 20 million a year he's been offered. 20 million a year, and he has turned it down
I
because
got to
he thinks
commend
he's
that.
worth 90 million a year.
Oh yeah, no, no, no. I got to.
Now I thought so. I know you
Sorry,
jumped too soon. You should let me finish, but you jumped too soon.
you're right. You're right.
Don't dive
My
in,
hands are
boy. Don't dive in. Just hold back. Hold back.
my hands are up. I totally, totally retract all that
Again,
comment.
rumor,
Yeah,
allegations, obviously that we're reading and so on
Juve
because there is
stuff,
no football. The
Juve
US stuff,
stuff.
but
So
he turned down Saudi Arabia because he thinks he's a 90 million pound a year player in terms of salary. Like he is Benzema's 100. He thinks he's 90 million. Like let's just let. I know he's younger than Benzema before all these keyboard warriors start coming for me and stuff. But Benzema, Ballon d'Or winner, Champions League winner multiple
multiple
times,
times. Yeah, yeah, multiple
and
times.
all of a sudden now here comes Lukaku, who struggled at Man United in the Prem. He couldn't do absolutely nothing. Where fans were even looking to give him a cushion
Yeah,
while he was
yeah,
walking
yeah,
into
yeah.
the game, and he was like, "What's this for? To cushion the ball to improve your first touch." Then he went to Everton and oh no, from Everton, yeah, went to Everton to United, and then Man United to Inter. Went to Inter, or by all means, Conte, he won the league there. But come on, be serious, you had the best team in the league. Of
Yeah,
course, you're going to
yeah,
win the
yeah,
league.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Came back to the Prem and did nothing. Went to Italy, and he clearly did nothing. Like he was,
Nothing. Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. It's
Why
the
would
end.
you even negotiate on the night before the Champions League final? Why is your mind anywhere else other than that Champions
Other than
League
that
final?
final. Yeah, you should be
Get
going
your
to bed
name in the
early.
history
Yeah,
books.
you should be going to
Get
bed
your name in
early.
the history books. An extra 10 million a year. Okay, it's a lot of money, but like an extra couple of 100,000 a week is not going to make a difference
No,
in
but
terms of like in the
that's what I'm
history books
saying.
because he
For
could have
what he's
merited.
living, for the money that he has, that he lives with, you know what I mean. That negotiation, it's irrelevant, right? Because you could do it a day later. Why is he doing it before
That's
the?
it. That's it.
That's yeah. If it's true, then there's definitely some dodgy stuff going on there. And like we said, it's Juventus
Well, I
involved,
think
but
it must be
chances are
true
it will be.
because
Yeah,
Inter have pulled out of the race now. Initially, they wanted to sign him on loan
yeah,
with an obligation to buy, of the usual hit these
yeah,
targets,
yeah.
blah
Of
blah blah.
course,
And then they pulled out. And again, rumor is it took a 30-second phone call to say that he's not part of their plans for the future. And wish
done,
you all the best. Beep.
done. See you later, lad.
And I think he deserves it. He's
I think it
literally
deserves it
he's
as well.
starting
Yeah,
to be an absolute idiot, an
yeah.
absolute. Either he's ill advised or he's just a excuse me, he's a tool, like an
Yeah.
absolute spanner.
I think so. I think I'm going to go with the tool thing because this, there's no one that's going to give you this bad advice and screw themselves out of money. Do you know what I mean? It's
I
just
don't
not.
honestly.
It's weird, and to a player like that was highly regarded at one point, maybe even for briefly. It's just very disappointing. Same as Pogba, he's as another disappointment. It's potential there, but you just didn't make the right decisions.
Yeah, yeah,
Whatever injuries, whatever you think of yourself, it obviously clearly thinks a lot of himself, and it's like, well, you shouldn't because you haven't done much really. You've done one good season with Inter, and that was it.
yeah. That's literally it.
That
That's
was it,
all
and that's probably
he's
because of
done.
the
One
coach
good
as well.
season.
It's not even
And
because of
even
the
when he
player.
had a good season, the best teams in the world, Chelsea were fools. I don't know what Chelsea were thinking. Barcelona's were like, oh, can we take Martinez instead? Can we have the
Yeah,
Argentinian player Martinez rather than Romelu Lukaku? Like, because is you got yeah, anyway, bro. He
yeah.
gets me
No,
angry. This guy gets me vexed because again, I read something else as well. While I was just quickly chatting there. After he left Man United, went to Inter. All he was talking about, he needs to come back to the Premier League and prove himself. He hasn't done anything for Inter yet. He
no.
needs to come back to the Prem and prove himself.
So that's why he's
Eventually
not
comes to the
performing over
Prem.
there.
He's just a fool, man. He's just a fool because then he came to the Prem and all he kept thinking was, "Oh, the Inter fans will always have a special place in my heart, and I want to go back to Inter because it's home." Bro, you've been in
Ah,
England for like 3 months with Chelsea. You had the dream debut against Arsenal when they had the
yeah.
worst
No, they did.
defense,
They did. They did. Yeah,
and you had
absolutely.
like the best debut you could possibly ask for, and everybody was like, "Oh, Lukaku, strong, powerful. He'll do wonders for Chelsea." Anyway,
Anyway,
but no,
yeah,
that's
things are,
again. He's a tool.
these are things that have been
He just needs to
discussed.
leave my club, and he needs to leave it as soon as possible.
Yeah, no, I get you. I totally agree. I totally agree. You know what? I've obviously there's a lot of stuff going on around Harry Kane and stuff like that. Just moving on
Another
from
striker.
Lukaku, another striker, Harry Kane. Bayern really want him, and from what I've read, apparently they've already sort of agreed. They're going to stick by their word as long as Levy gives
The
the
green
actual
light.
price,
Yeah.
of what he wants to sell Harry Kane at. So with a year to go, they're
I was
looking
going to
over
say,
over
realistically,
100
what
million.
could it be with a
That's what
year
they're
to
looking at.
go?
Over 100 million they're looking at for Kane, but he doesn't have to
I,
sign the contract. I
fucking,
don't think I don't think it's going to be that much because he'll just threaten not to sign the contract and be like,
yeah,
"Well, I
that's
can go
it. Do
free
what
next
Mason
year."
Mount
Yeah,
did to Chelsea. Either sell me this year, I'll go free next year.
yeah, yeah. And for
Like,
100
I'm happy
million,
to do that.
I don't think he's going to get that. I think
No,
I think they'll get about 75 to 80 million max for Harry Kane, and that's just purely because he's got
with
1 million.
add-ons.
Yeah, with add-ons, obviously with add-ons. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? What
I
we
think
thinking?
leave.
We've
I
said this
think
before.
leave. Yeah, I'm going to paint Levy with the same paintbrush as I do with Lukaku. I think honestly he's a fool. I think
Yeah,
he's a tool for the club. He's running that club. As long as he's there, Tottenham fans listening to this, as long as Daniel Levy's your chairman, you won't win a single thing. He's just always about business. He's never about winning. He can come out and say the political answers. Oh, we're Tottenham. We want to win. We want. Nah, bro, you
words are
don't.
cheap.
Yeah,
Words are
exactly.
cheap.
Words are cheap, mean nothing. You've got Harry Kane there, who's probably threatening to leave and for free, by the way, cash in, get the 80 million. And if I was Harry Kane, forget it. I know there's with the media now trying to pressure him and being, oh, but stay and break Alan Shearer's record. For what purpose? Like literally to become a meme again with the Audi Cup.
That's it. That's it. Like
Like
you could
just
win.
think of your legacy right at the minute. Like you
Forget the records right now.
forget
You need to
Shearer's
win.
record
Yeah, you need to
because you
win.
probably beat it, and then Haaland will come and demolish it, and then all you got to be is some guy on a list. That's
That's it.
literally
That's
what
it.
will happen to him. You will beat it, and then the following year or 2 years down the line, let's say three, maximum five, Haaland will beat you, and all of a sudden in the history books, you are number two. It goes Haaland, Kane, Shearer. Haaland, treble winner in his first season. Shearer, Premier League winner. And Harry Kane, that guy who
That guy
scored a
who
lot
played
of
for Tottenham
goals.
once, yeah, who played for Tottenham once,
Come
yeah.
on, bro.
It's no, I think like
Like
obviously
he needs to leave.
we've discussed this before, obviously a few pods ago, and yeah, I agree he should leave. And for me, I've obviously we've got nothing against Harry Kane. He's a Tottenham player, and that's why the dislike is a bit stronger. It's a bit of a
Mm-hmm.
more hate.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I don't, if he leaves, for me, I think he's a great striker, and if he proves himself in Germany, for example, and wins the Bundesliga, which again it's like cheating with Bayern, but he'll play in the Champions League, which I don't think Tottenham are part of. They're not
nope,
part of the no, so there you go. Like there's
nope.
Champions League football for him on offer. A couple of cups, some actual prestigious cups, not like the Audi Cup
Yeah,
and whatever
yeah.
bullshit. So even the German league equivalent is still decent enough. Not the
That's it.
Bundesliga,
I agree.
the Pokal or was it
Yeah, yeah,
GFB,
yeah,
whatever it is.
yeah. And
So
it's the
there's a lot of opportunities for him to to actually achieve some things. And then you never know if Bayern build a good team, they are Champions League sort of pedigree. They
No,
can't go all
yeah,
the way
they'll
to
be
the final.
contenders, won't they? Yeah,
Exactly,
absolutely.
they've won
And
before, so it's something there for him to achieve. And now
well,
it all
him.
depends on, obviously, is he going to be about the football legacy, or is he going to be about the sort of record legacy?
Hmm.
That's the way I look at it with Harry Kane.
Yeah, I agree with you as well. And going on to winning the league in Bayern, yes, it's a cheat code as you say, but like it's winning. Like you
You
get that
want
winning
something, yeah.
mentality, that winning feeling. It could benefit England in the long run, or in short term. Next, what is it? The Euros in 24. You know what I mean? They just go, bro. Just go out there and win, score goals, enjoy your football, be amazing. And no doubt, within two seasons, 3 seasons, they'll probably be like a Newcastle, a Chelsea, or somebody will come in and be like, "Let's get Harry Kane in for a season."
Yeah, and then he
So
breaks the
then you
record,
get you
and then
get
he's
another
unstoppable.
crack at the Premier League.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
no, no,
it's
of
go
course.
to Bayern and just say to Bayern, "I'm not going to sign a 5-year deal because I'll get tied down forever, but I'll sign a 3-year contract
Yeah,
with a
or a two
possibility of
two plus
extending
one,
one
or 2 plus 1.
or two. Yeah, 2+1. Let's do that, and then maybe come back, get his representatives to come in and bit to Man United. Do you want him? He's
Yeah,
yours.
I think.
You remember Harry Kane? He's still scoring goals. So yeah, he's a quality striker. Like I know we hate the team he plays for and the
Yeah,
jersey he puts on, but there's no doubt he can finish. Like if it's what Liverpool fans were hoping Nunes was going to be. It's
was
what
going to be
Chelsea
like
fans
that.
were
Yeah,
hoping Lukaku was going to be,
yeah,
a
yeah.
finisher.
I think with Harry Kane, I'll be honest with you, if there was any possibility that Arsenal could go in and grab him from Tottenham, I think that would be a great move for both club and
It'd be
player. To be
massive.
honest,
I
that'd be
agree, hundred
massive,
percent.
massive move.
Yeah,
Obviously, look, that's very, very unlikely and very.
very Sol Campbell-y.
That's almost far fetched, isn't it? That's almost like a
But
story you tell your
yeah,
kids. Well, we were close to doing this once. We weren't. But yeah, I think he deserves a bigger club. He really does. He can't play for a team that has absolutely no ambition to win anything. For an owner that has, like you said, only eyes for money and
money. That's it.
no actual trophies.
Well,
It's
think
it's
about it. In the
disappointing.
last 2 decades, literally 2 decades, let's not go any further than that. Have you ever seen Tottenham ever come close to winning the league, apart from the season where Leicester won the league? I have never seen him get any closer than that.
I'm glad that you said that before I'm taking a drink of my water, because I would have spit that all over. You said Tottenham
Yeah,
and winning trophies in the same
exactly.
sentence. I
Like
don't know what you're saying right now.
they've
What
never
are you
come to the
saying?
point of being contenders for the league, apart from this season where Leicester won the league. Okay, and even that season after that, they seem to fall off. Like look at what Arsenal did. They came that close, and they thought, no, we were close. 200 million. Let's go get out there. Let's get Declan Rice. Why couldn't Tottenham do the same? Why could Daniel Levy just not put his Daniel Levy's the chairman, but go to the owner and say,
Yeah,
hands in your pocket. We are
we need
very
to do
close.
this. Yeah, we need to
We
do
are
this.
very,
Yeah.
very close. If we don't invest now, we're going to fall behind.
The
And look at
Champions League
what
final. You're
happened.
right. You're absolutely right. The
Look
Champions
at
League
Champions
final.
League finals, the other one as well.
Yeah, they could have just
Invest
as
and go
easily,
closer.
could have just as easily put money into the club to bring in the good players and then build a reputation throughout it.
Absolutely.
Top four consistently. Like with Arsenal, look, let's just. I'm realistic, as you know, and people who
Hmm.
listen to this podcast know that I'm a realistic fan. Like for Arsenal, we've won what, three Premier League trophies or something like that. Like in the Premier League era, is it 3 or 4? I think it's 3 that we've won. Yeah, under Wenger, and nothing
Right.
else. Yes, and nothing else, and we obviously FA Cups and all that stuff, but we haven't been consistent. We've been consistent in the top four. That's why we kept the name Arsenal as one of the greater teams. Because when you just take the trophies, it's like, well, we're not. Man City have taken us, Chelsea have taken us, Man United, obviously. So it's difficult to be a Tottenham fan, I would imagine, because it's like you. Not only are you not challenging for trophies, you're not even challenging for a top four. Like you're not even in the top four right
Yeah,
now.
they've
So
got
it's
nothing to brag about, have they?
yeah,
There's no bragging rights for being a Tottenham fan.
no, no, there isn't. It's
Nothing. I know your stadium's pretty and it looks great, but come on, that doesn't matter. Like if Luton win the league, do you think they care about the stadium being next to terrace houses? Nah,
football.
they couldn't
No,
care. Like
football is about winning trophies, as far as I'm
absolutely,
concerned, and
absolutely.
that's
And
that's
the
the
Carabao Cup or the Carling Cup, as it was known then back in 2008, like Middlesbrough won that cup, and
yeah.
look at
Look
where
where
they are.
they
No
are.
disrespect to Middlesbrough,
No,
but
no, of
now
course
they've
not.
ended up in the Championship due to bad investments or not investing correctly. So yeah, Tottenham for me, they've fallen off a long time ago. Like when you get as close to as you did in 06 or 05, 06 or 14, whenever it was that Leicester won the league,
Yes,
or
15,
5 or
16,
6,
wasn't
sorry,
it? 15,
15,
16.
16, I
Yeah,
mean
yeah.
14, whenever it was, you needed to go big then. You needed to invest some more. Okay, where did you see bring a defender in, bring a solid midfielder in? I know you lost Modric and you lose, what's his name, like Gareth Bales and so on. But then you replace him. You sold Gareth Bale for nearly 100 million. Who are you
Yeah,
bringing in?
yeah.
Don't bring in a Soldado, bro. Like nobody's expecting you to find a gem. Like if you are not a
You are
flipping
not that club.
Aladdin with a genie
You are
here,
not that
like
club.
like
Yeah,
Wenger could have found us. If Soldado was good, Wenger could have gone for Soldado. Mourinho would have gone for
yeah.
Soldado.
The
Flipping, what's
actual
his name?
good coaches. Yeah,
Sir Alex Ferguson would have gone for Soldado 3, 4 years, like 12 before he retired and so on. These elite managers would have gone for a Soldado. No disrespect to him. He did his bits in Spain, but come on, that's Spain. The Premier League is a different kettle of fish. Premier League is
yeah.
fast, it's powerful, it's physical.
It's taken time
So
for other players and for other leagues to realize the difference in the quality
I
of.
agree. I agree.
Sorry, I don't mean quality like as in football at the top five leagues is brilliant anyway because it's high level football. But obviously within that there's a different categories, and that's where
That's
Premier
it.
League is just a bit higher up there. But you're right, with Tottenham, as long as obviously I don't really want to spend too much time talking about them, but sometimes it's frustrating because as a football fan, you think, damn, I'd be very, very pissed off
Yeah, be
if I was their
worried in it.
fans, I'd
No,
be very, very
absolutely.
pissed off. And they've got every right to be because they've got nothing to achieve apart from a Harry Kane, and once he leaves, that's it. It's no
I
longer a Harry
think
Kane
I
team.
agree with you. I think that, but the fans are pissed off. But I don't think they've got the organisation that the Arsenal fans had. Do you remember when you guys went out and protested
Yeah,
about Wenger out,
that's right.
Wenger out? They kind of need that level of organisation to get Daniel Levy out. Like they just lost a quality manager like in Conte who won the Premier League, and who did they bring in? Some Australian guy that no one's ever heard of, who was managing Rangers in the Scottish Premiership. Like, let's be realistic about it. You had an elite manager, because that's
Yeah.
what Antonio Conte is.
What's his
Wherever
name?
he went, he
Postecoglou or
won.
something like that.
I don't
Postecoglou
know
or
his name,
something.
bro. Like, I
Yeah,
don't know. I just know him as the Australian guy, like
yeah.
the man
Postecoglou, I
from
think, or
down
something
under.
like that. Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
no disrespect to the geezer. I'm sure you do well, and I don't actually.
No, it is.
Hope you
Yeah, no,
lose every
come on
game.
now.
I was going to be like, hope we wish you the best, but nah, don't really care.
Don't really care,
But
mate. No, it is what it is,
it's
isn't
just,
it?
and
At
I
this
know
point.
now that Tottenham fans have come on and be like, oh yeah, but we turned Poch down. Like, for who? For
Well
this
done.
guy?
Well
For
done.
this guy?
Yeah, you've turned down a good
Like,
manager. What the
why would
hell?
you turn down a decent manager who
The guy
came
who
to the
got you
club?
to
He
the
knew his
final.
way, got you to the final, got you second in the league, and just through to lack of funding and lack of backing, he couldn't do anything else. And
Yeah,
then
that's
obviously
it.
he
He
left.
reached
He
the
was like,
limit.
you
Yeah.
know what, my hands are tied here. I'm not going to do a Harry Kane and stay and ruin my legacy.
Nah,
But
it's
no,
mad.
back to the
It's
first
mad. Yeah.
question. He needs to go, bro. He needs to leave. If I was him, if he was my
ASAP.
son,
Yeah,
my
ASAP.
brother, my whatever, I would say you need to leave and should have left last
He
season.
should. Well, yeah,
Now that
maybe a
you've
couple of
got,
seasons ago. Yeah.
technically now he holds almost all the chips, because he can say, I can stay for another year, but then I'm leaving for free, so sell me now. Make his wishes known. I want to leave. Regardless of what Tottenham fans are going to be like, Harry, don't leave. Or a 10-year-old boy crying at the stadium, oh no, Harry
Who
Kane.
cares?
That 10-year-old boy is going to grow up and be like, you made the best decision
I'll
for
be like, yeah,
yourself.
yeah. If you learn about the history of the Tottenham,
That's it.
the history of the Tottenham. So Conte said it perfectly, really. But yeah, so he definitely needs to go. I mean, there hasn't like that. That's been the sort of the biggest story this week or just this weekend, really. Harry Kane, um, close to leaving rather than obviously left. So there hasn't really been much to really to discuss. To be fair,
Not
obviously
so much in transfers,
Chelsea
no.
buying young Brazilians always.
That's the American model that we're going. And I
Yeah,
think that's
young
the American model
Brazilians.
we'll have for the next 5 years, of trying to buy young Brazilians and or young, just anyone young, and be like, oh yeah, look, we found him for free. But you need, if you're going to do that and apply that Arsenal. Can you guys hear that, by the way? That hairdryer in the background.
No, no, I mean I
That's all
heard
right.
just a bit of noise, but that was it. I thought that was just you moving. To be fair,
Oh no, no, that was the hairdryer
but
in the
now I
background.
cannot stop hearing
Hearing
the hairdryer.
it.
No, there's absolutely
Right.
nothing going on in
Let
the
me
background.
close the door. Let me
No,
close
no,
the door.
there's nothing going on in the background.
Oh,
Like
there's nothing in the background.
genuinely,
All
no,
right,
there really
sweet, sweet.
isn't. There
I don't
really
even
isn't.
think you should edit this bit out. Just leave it in. It'll be
Of course,
fine.
it's going to be left in. I'm not editing this out. It takes too
Uh,
long to edit.
but yeah, what was I going to say? I forgot, lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, the young gems. We're applying a national approach, where we get assess Fabregas from a very young Barcelona team and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
nurture him and
Oh,
turn him back.
The FIFA
Just
approach.
the FIFA approach. But think
Yeah, yeah,
about it.
yeah.
You did the FIFA approach early on, but you had a legendary manager at leading the ship. The captain was Arsene Wenger, who
Yeah,
knew about football, who knew how to nurture players,
he
who
was a
knew
guy.
how to coach them the right way. This Posh might be that guy for us. It's too early to tell. But as a fan right now, I'm thinking it's all great buying 18, 19-year-old proteges, but who's got the experience when we step out on that pitch and go on a cold night in Stoke or
Yeah.
Luton and we get kicked everywhere? The 18-year-olds are going to shy away, especially the Brazilians
It's
who
going
are
to be
not used to
cold.
being
They're going to be
kicked.
cold. Yeah, they're going to be
They're
cold
going
as
to be
well.
cold. They're going to come out with their gloves and snood and
Of
leggings
course,
on
yeah.
and so on.
They've
You're going
seen
to be
too
like,
much. They've seen too much
what
TV.
is
Yeah.
going on here?
They've
Exactly.
seen
And
too many players doing that.
in terms for Chelsea, just yeah, I'm worried, bro. Like I'm worried as a fan. I know I said last time top four is the minimum I'm expecting, but I thought we're going to do some business in this window, and we
There's still
really
time to
haven't.
go. There's still time to go for business. It's not
I've
over
not
yet.
proved it's nothing's coming in right now. Like like they're
Selling
talking about buying Jovic, Vlahovic, whatever his name is, the
Vlahovic.
Juventus striker, and I'm thinking like, why? Like if he was that good, Juventus would have kept him and not sold.
Yeah,
Look to
yeah.
sell him after a season.
After a
After a
season, that's it. Yeah,
season,
after a season. Yeah, Arsenal were obviously interested in him. Everyone was like, "Oh, we'll go back in for Vlahovic." Why? Why?
yeah,
So because
that's it.
to
That's
get
it.
the rejects from Juventus, I don't think so. So
Hopefully,
I don't
this
think that's what
Nicholas
it is.
Jackson can be our answer. Hopefully, he can be our Didier Drogba,
He's got the name for
strong,
it.
powerful,
To be
but
fair, he's actually got like more of a NBA style name.
he does
Nicholas
have a very
Jackson
envious.
from three. You know, it's one of
Yeah,
those things. So
out of Kentucky University, first
exactly.
round pick.
Nicholas Jackson, yeah. So it's yeah, but look,
But
with Chelsea, I think they've done some good business in terms of selling players and raising some pot of
that is
money, so
positives.
they can
That is
step away
positives. Yeah,
from any FFP charges or anything like that. Obviously, they're not Man City to get away with these charges because Man City are
we're
the
not
only
run
team
by
that
a state.
exactly, exactly. So who runs the TV that we watch? So anyway, moving on from
Absolutely.
that, no, that's just theories. That's just conspiracies. I'm just
No, but I
giving that
wanted to
one.
ask you a quick question. Did you watch the Arsenal preseason? Because obviously now there's I don't follow Arsenal pages on social media or anything, but the rumours are that Kai Havertz had an awful first game in preseason.
Yeah,
Is that true or not? Because I wanted to
I've
ask you. Obviously, as a Chelsea fan, I see those pages. They're slightly biased, of course they are. But then I'm like, I'll have a chat with Larry when I see him on the pod.
I haven't read good reports. Let's just put it that way.
Right. Okay. Even from
I
your
didn't
end.
watch I didn't watch the matches. So you know, from what I've heard, it didn't sound like a very good performance, and I think it was taken off quite early. So it's
Right. Okay. Because
uh,
Mason Mount
how
had a similar performance at Man United. I don't know
yeah,
if you heard those
yeah.
reports as well.
I didn't hear those reports, but that sounds about right to be fair. Because you know, but look, how much can you really take from a preseason game when it's your first game after holidays, that type of
Absolutely.
stuff, you know?
Well,
And
the basics. Did he at least did the report say he was doing the basics right?
it
Because
was
like regardless of what season it is, a new team, you're able to pass 5 yards and 10 yards
he
and
can
make a
do
run. Do you know
that.
what I
He can
mean?
do that. I just feel like you know he's not up to speed with the speed of the
Arsenal.
Arsenal tactics. You know,
Okay.
so fair enough. Look, again, if first game of the season,
Let me continue.
that's when the judging happens for me personally.
Yeah. Yeah.
For
No,
other
of course.
for other
Who
you know
is your
fans,
first game?
first game is I think it's Crystal Palace. No, it's
Because
Nottingham.
we've got the test
I
of
think it's Nottingham
Merseyside.
Forest.
Liverpool makes their way down, or we go up. I think no. I think we're home to Liverpool.
Let's have a look. I'm just going to check this real quick. We play. Obviously, we've got Man City for the Community Shield, and then we've got Notts Forest on the 12th. So that's obviously first weekend back, isn't it? So yeah, the weekend before we play Man City for Community Shield. That should be an interesting game. To be fair, just to kick it off, just to kick off the
Yeah,
season,
yeah,
see
that'll be a
what's
great game,
going
and
on.
actually see where you're at as well against
Exactly,
City.
exactly my point. Exactly my point. So, and there's still a bit of time left to see if you need any other reinforcements. But yeah, look, there's not really much to talk about with football. Obviously, Rice finally was announced by Arsenal, even though the deal was done a week ago. So there's not really. We've discussed everything that we can about Declan Rice. I don't really want to get back into that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, yeah.
But I tell you what I've been doing though, moving away from football a little bit. Just I've been bored. I went on F1 TV. I had they had like a little £2 a month subscription to watch the archives. So go back
All
to
right.
watch
Yeah,
old
yeah, yeah,
races.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I started just going back from like because the last time I remember watching was probably about 05, 06 when Alonso
Mm-hmm.
won the championships. So I've just started watching, you know, some race highlights, some the story so far, like a 6 to 10 minute roundup of what happened in that particular race. And do you know what? It's been quite interesting to watch, and just to watch like Carlos Sainz, for example, his first race with Toro Rosso, watch Verstappen's first win in I think it
Yeah,
was like Spain or something, 2016. So it was just interesting because I never, obviously at that time, I wasn't that into F1 as much because you know Hamilton was winning. It's like whatever, it is what it is.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So and Vettel was winning as well. So you know, prior to that, but I've just been enjoying it. I don't know what it is. Just falling in love more with the sport as it goes along. I don't know. Like
Now,
Um,
to be fair, I remember the classic races, but for me, the ones that always stick in my mind is the hacking and that I've talked about in the
yeah, yeah,
past
yeah,
as well,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and also the partnership between Schumacher and Barrichello,
Yeah.
Montoya in that Williams, the BMW powered Williams. Those are the kind of races
The
that
awful looking
stick to me.
Williams
Yeah,
with a
yeah,
stupid nose. Yeah,
like
with a stupid nose going.
that's
Why
it.
does
Yeah,
it look like a
exactly.
walrus, man? Why does it look
But
like a
like
walrus?
that V10 M Sport BMW was just doing business. He was
It
doing
was,
business, but
yeah, those, yeah,
stupidly
some
fast,
great races. And I think
like
I'm gonna go back.
classics. Yeah.
I'm gonna go back and watch some 80s and stuff like that. Some Senna stuff because
Well, I also
I haven't
watched
watched some
going
stuff.
on the board conversation.
Oh, go on.
Rush was being on. I don't know if you've seen the
I've
movie
seen.
Rush.
Yeah, I have.
Between
That's a
yeah,
good
seen
movie. Yeah,
he
Nicky
was
Lauda
on
and James
with
Hunt.
yeah, that's it, James Hunt. Yeah, so we watched it. My wife and I were watching it, and she was like, "Oh, this is a really good movie. Like it really is a really good
It's a good
movie."
movie.
And it's the
It's a
second
very
time I
good
watched
movie.
it. First time I thought it was a fantastic film. Second time I watched it, and I was like, because you could pay attention to the things that you missed out on the first
On
time.
the first time, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, do you know what? This is a quality film. So yeah,
It was no
that's it,
Ron
really,
Howard.
mate.
Ron Howard did a brilliant job directing that and writing that. It was
Yeah.
really really good. And again, the story is just because obviously our generation we would we never watched Nicky
No,
Lauda
never.
race,
Yeah.
so it was fun to watch and to see how it changed certain things within the F1 world. But it was good. It was really nice. But yeah, hey, look, the podcast the episode itself, it was always going to be short because
Of course.
nothing really is moving. It started moving quick at the beginning of the transfer window, but then everything started dying down. So, Rick, let's keep it short. Let's keep it. Let's send it out
Yeah,
to the
bro, I'm with
people.
you.
If
Send
you've
us
got
out.
nothing else to add, we'll
Not really. We'll do one more, I think, in a week's time because then I
absolutely.
am taking a family holiday, a
Oh,
long overdue
excellent,
holiday. So we'll probably be away for a little bit,
excellent,
but no
excellent.
doubt we'll see if we can somehow do one while I'm away
Yeah,
because
absolutely. Sounds
I
lovely.
am I am off for a month
For a month,
for
whoa,
the whole month. So I missed the
and
Premier League
then
start of the season as well. So
wow, wow. I'm gonna have to
but
do some solo
we'll
pods,
see what we
man. If
can do. Some yeah, you might have to, bro. You might have
I'm
to
gonna have
keep the ship
to,
going because
yeah, I'm gonna have to carry it along,
I'm
haven't I?
taking the
Really?
helicopter from the helipad on the yacht, so I'll be
Yeah,
flying away
yeah.
somewhere before I
Well,
come back. So
yes.
you can
Some people
steer the
live
ship on
large.
your own.
Yeah, some people live large. The sponsorships
No,
coming
no, this
through
is
this
my humble
podcast.
life. This is my humble life.
Yeah, the
I'm on a humble
sponsorships
thing.
coming through this podcast is outrageous. By the way, paying
No,
for all this
joking
yacht.
aside. But yeah, I'll be away. I don't know yet. I'm gonna have to see whether I could possibly take some stuff with me, but I don't know. Well, obviously, where I'm going, I'm not going to say where I'm going, but I'm
No, of
going to
course.
take. I'll definitely take my laptop, and somehow the quality might not be great, but at least we can
We
have
can
my
get like,
our
yeah, yeah,
opinions
yeah,
again and do something while I'm
half hour,
away.
45 minutes at least or something. So
Yeah,
yeah,
something like get something
absolutely,
quick on the way as well. So yeah, but
absolutely.
yeah, man, send us out, brother.
Brilliant, brilliant. Well, thank you so much for listening. There will be another episode out at some point in the next few days, up to a week, whatever it is. But in the meantime, please get in touch with us: Instagram, Twitter, and Threads, and all that kind of
Wait, what?
stuff.
Threads?
Threads, you know about
Threads? What's
Threads? Oh,
Threads?
sorry, we're not going just yet. Real quick, this just in: Threads. No, it's Instagram based, so it was released from Meta. The Facebook owners. Is that
Yeah,
right?
the
Yeah, it's
metaverse,
like
whatever it
it's
is.
like
Yeah.
a Twitter version from Instagram, but still text based. Obviously, not like Instagram with pictures. Still text based. So I'm not even joking.
So
It's
it's
very
Twitter,
much a Twitter ripoff. Yeah. It's a Twitter ripoff.
right?
That's what it is. But if people are using it, which I personally am as well
Are you?
on my
You're
own
already on it.
personal,
Yeah,
I'm
love
packed
that.
up
Yeah.
anywhere. Go check it out, and it's just getting started. So, but yeah, we're on there as well.
I have no idea what
Twitter,
that
all
is.
that kind of nice stuff, and yeah, right. We'll catch you on the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay alert. Love it.
Threads, bro.